Okay guys, so these are now my ingredients for my rendang. So I have here about 600 grams or 0.6 kilogram of beef. This is cut into cubes so that it will tender quickly. Then I have here some oil, about 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of oil. Then some salt to taste, and this is pepper. I have also here lemongrass to enhance the flavor of my rendang. And of course, I have here medium size onions cut into cubes. Then I have here about 5 cloves of garlic chopped. And also, this is laurel leaves and some peppercorns. And since I don't have some herbs to be used in my rendang, I have this instant seasoning mix. So this is from Indo Food, Bumbu Instant Seasoning Mix, authentic Indonesian recipe for rendang, beef enriched coconut and spices. So at the back, I can see here the instruction. So I need to prepare about 1/2 kilograms of beef. So instead of 1/2, I will be using 600 grams. Then stir fry 1 sachet of Indo Food beef enriched coconut and spices instant seasoning mix until fragrant. Add meat and 5 glasses of water. About 1250 ml. Cook on a medium flame until the meat is tender for 1.5 hours or as desired. Then after that, I need to add 3 tablespoons of thick coconut milk. So in this case, I will be using a whole can of this. This is coconut milk, all creamy gata. I also wanted to buy coconut in the market then grated, but I will not achieve the sticky and creamy kind of coconut milk, so I bought it in the grocery store. As you can see, it's very thick, and thick coconut milk is good for rendang. I guess without much further ado, let's start the cooking. Okay guys, so I will start now by adding the oil. About 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. So inside the seasoning mix, you will have this mixture. So this is now our rendang mixture. We will stir fry this in oil with the garlic and onions. Start first with the onions with some garlic. So at this point, I will now add the seasoning mix or instant seasoning mix. The aroma is so Indonesian. Feels like I am smelling an Indonesian food like nasi uduk, and yeah, it's so different from the aroma that I usually smell here in the Philippines. It seems like the smell of Indomie or the misedap. So after this, I will be adding now the beef. This is about 600 grams of beef. So we need to stir fry first this beef to the seasoning. At this point, I will now add the lemongrass and laurel. So this laurel and lemongrass cannot be found in the instructions presented at the back of this instant seasoning mix. but this is just like an additional herbs and spices to our rendang in order to enhance the flavor, since we just use the instant seasoning mix. Okay, so after this, based on the instruction, I need to add 5 glasses of water, then cook the meat until tender for 1.5 hours or as desired. Okay, let's add some water. Okay, I think this is better. So we will cook this until the meat becomes tender. So while doing that, let's cover this first for about 1.5 hours. Okay guys, at this point, this is now currently boiling. According to my friend, you don't need to stir this always because the tendency is the meat will be broken and it will be destroyed. So just keep it boiling and boiling and let the flavor infuse to the beef. Then maybe after 10 to 20 minutes, I will add now the coconut milk. Okay, let's cover this again. And based on the aroma of this recipe, it's really Indonesian. I can always smell this kind of aroma in Indonesia, and it feels like I'm already in Indonesia. Since we are still cooking our beef, let me add the milk. This whole kind of milk. As you can see, it's very thick and very rich. Okay guys, so I transferred this wok in charcoal because there's a problem with my butane earlier. So as you can see, it is now boiling, it is reducing, all the flavors are already infusing to the beef, and we will reduce this further until we see some oil in our rendang. So this is now my rendang, and it reminds me of adobo here in the Philippines, but I think it's completely different. And you can see at the bottom the oil coming from the spices and the beef, and we will try this now. Okay guys, so I have now here my beef rendang, and of course we are Asian, so we need some rice. I don't know the toppings of this rendang, but I just put some spring onions in order for this to have some color like green, because if you don't have like garnishing in here, it seems that the color of this recipe is all brown. So this recipe reminds me of adobo, but this is beef. Normally when we cook adobo, we use chicken or some other use pork, but this is beef. It reminds me of adobo, and I know there's a bit difference with regards to the taste, because in Indonesia they use a lot of herbs and spices, so therefore the taste of our adobo here in the Philippines is it's completely different from the rendang of Indonesia. And I think this is like the national recipe of Indonesia. In the Philippines, our national recipe is adobo. In Indonesia, they consider this as their national food or national recipe or national menu, as well as with the nasi goreng. So since I haven't eat my breakfast yet, so this will be my breakfast. I have here my rice. Of course, I am Asian, so we need some rice. And this is my rendang. So I will get some chunks of beef here. So put this in the rice. And first I will taste this without the rice. First the soup. No, not the soup. What do you call this? Salsa. I will taste first the liquid. Yeah, it's so rich. It's so Indonesian. It's salty, a bit salty. It's spicy. Of course, it's spicy because this is an Indonesian meal. And it's creamy because of the coconut milk. Yeah, it's very good. It's very rich. That's why I have no doubt why is it that this is considered as the most delicious food around the globe. So I will eat now the beef. So the beef is kinda tender. By the way, if you cook rendang, you need a lot more time because you need to tenderize the meat fully before you serve this kind of meal. Okay, let's eat now. Okay. So good. It reminds me of curry. Yeah, Southeast Asian curry because it has coconut milk and some other spices. Normally here in the Philippines, we make curry but chicken, not beef. Yeah, it's spicy but not too much spicy. They're so good. It is completely different with our adobo because our adobo is salty, sour. Yeah, salty, sour, and sweet. That's our adobo. In here, I cannot really taste the sourness of rendang, but in adobo, it's completely sour because we use vinegar. Good. I know Filipinos could love this meal because it's so tasty. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell button for notification. If you have comments, suggestions, or recommendations, you may write it in the comment section below. So see you in my next food trip. Bye bye.